So this is a core Taoist idea, right? Everything is ensouled, spirit is in everything. Um, it has certain implications, and it's a scary one, but it's an implication. And so this ties into everything that we're doing. Our attention. So this is something that's talked about often in our Tai Chi practice, right? The Qi, the Yi guides the Qi. So your attention guides your internal energy. This Qi is also essentially the source of Shen, of spirit, right? So it's a gradation between matter and spirit. There's no disconnect. They're all feeding off of one another, right? So there's many rituals, including, so part of this kind of rural Taoist ritual of turning a tree into a protective spirit. It doesn't have to be just a tree. It can be anything that, but basically the idea is that if as a community you come together and you pick a tree and you start praying towards the tree, you're investing all of your kind of energy, your chi, your attention, and you're giving it to that tree, which means that as it develops more chi, this tree, it also develops more spirit. So then that tree can become a guardian spirit, you know, because the whole community has given it its energy and its focus, and now the tree becomes the guardian spirit because the tree is invested. And we see that as an idea actually throughout the world. So one of the more famous ones is in the Andes. There's a ritual in which usually a young woman or a young girl is sacrificed and mummified and put into a cave. And the idea is that then the members of the community pray to this dead girl and to her spirit in exactly the same way. Their prayer essentially turn her into a guardian spirit. So the entombment of the body is a way of fixing the spirit in one location. And once that spirit is fixed, then you give that spirit attention. You essentially feed it with your prayers. And then you now have a guardian spirit that you've created, you know, out of your own intention. Again, notice that you need to have a physical anchor. So if you're just kind of praying to nothing, nothing happens. First, you have the physical element, and then you invest it with your intention. And then that's what creates a spirit, which is kind of wild and crazy to think about. It's actually, I've thought about this because when I was teaching in LA, and we would basically be in the park, and we'd always sit under a specific tree. And now I'm kicking myself because what we could have done for the 10 years that I was teaching that class, we could have just simply said thank you and hello to the tree. And I used to make jokes that, you know, if anybody like forgets their form, just ask the tree, because the tree has been sitting there for 10 years watching us doing this Tai Chi. And it's actually not really a joke anymore, because that is exactly the way it works, right? In kind of this mystical Taoism idea, that's exactly the way it works. If we as a class had every day had talked to that tree, had simply said hello, you know, poured out a little tea for it, and then invested it with our intent, that tree would have become our spiritual guardian. That tree would have helped us. So that's the way you create, which is kind of, it's an incredible idea. But the fact that it's shared throughout the world, this idea of creating guardian spirits by investing your attention, again, another hint as to how all of this works.